So this is how things are going to start this session. You're able to head off to your rooms and your beds to rest.
Well, Nikolai.
Let me get to it.
Okay.
Shut up.
Okay.
Uh, so you're able to. Lumion lets you know that he will set the meetings and arrangements for talking to Kippa and Osling. Meanwhile, you're able to go rest for the remainder of the night after you get your letter out before you call it a night. And then you finish it, you hand it to the guard, you get back into the house, you just get into the door and you close the door and fall over, snoring right in the entryway because of how. Look,
He was going to go to the temple.
you're passed out because the explosion literally blew all the caffeine out of you.
That is gotta be the weirdest cop out I've heard, but we'll go with it.
Wow. 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 Okay.
Mongo, you find yourself in bed asleep. And Scabbard,
Yes.
you find yourself in bed asleep.
Forgot to take my dice out.
Are you gonna need them at this point? So, starting with you, the morning comes. The door opens and hits your foot, and you kind of like look over at the door as the sunlight is blasting in on you. And Millum is like,
What's going on?
Millum kicks your foot. And then she comes over and shoves a funnel in your mouth and pours her coffee down into your mouth.
On. Ooh. So I think it's spicy.
It's like the one chip challenge
Oh,
with a few drops of extract on it.
Yeah, so the challenge you refused to do, even though you said you'd do it.
Hey, that
you have to be in the mood to eat spicy food, dude. You can't just eat it.
I call bullshit because you put hot sauce on everything.
Yeah, that's not.
You know what's really great is they actually have a one chip challenge that's salt.
You showed me the video of the one dude trying and not making it.
I'd be up for it.
No, he made it. But man, he regretted
No,
it.
He didn't make it. He was like throwing up green.
I still find the fact of it that he looked at the camera. He's like, "Oh, it looks like the Incredible Hulk jizzed in my mouth." I lost it right there.
I know his commentary on the whole experience is fucking great.
His videos are fantastic to watch. Their hilarity.
We got way off topic.
So, yeah, the morning comes and she wakes you up with her death coffee, essentially.
Shit, I didn't make it to the temple.
She's like,
Fuck, was everybody there?
we figured you'd probably pass out, so everybody's waiting outside.
Okay, let's go.
And
Since she's there, I hand her Stevie. Anything you think you can do?
a piece falls off. Right. Let's go.
Yeah.
She reaches down and picks up the piece that fell off.
Yeah.
Mongo, you wake up and you sit up in bed.
So we get to hit the long rest button now, yeah?
Yeah. Mongo, so that the natural 20 is not rested. Your maximum hit points, you gain that in temporary hit points as well.
Holy crap!
20 temporary
You
hit
have
points.
doubled your hit points.
Not
Confused.
double.
So my current max HP, I now have also in temp HP.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Damn, talk about powering through it. Jeez. What's the word? Embracing the suck.
It's power and giving the fuck up.
The man had 85 hit points.
It's the power of catnap. And you sit up and you're like,
The power of
you're oddly not hungry for breakfast. And you look down and you have a round belly. And then you just think about it for a moment. And you remember making a shaggy type of sandwich in your sleep. And you're like, not again.
Is that Mongo stream or is that mine? Because you need to stay the fuck out of there.
85 or would be 90. You'd have 90 at that point, wouldn't you?
So as you get up and
48 times 2 is 96.
46.
46 times 2?
46 is my max.
92, yeah.
Oh, so you're not healthier than me.
So you get up, you start going about your day, and your sister is in the kitchen area.
Can't believe I have one more hit point than Mongo. Naturally, that is.
Sorry, I'll slide to move the counter.
But yeah, your sister's in the kitchen, and she looks over at you. She's like, she has a bagel in her mouth in usual fashion. She's like, pulls it out.
Let her chew.
Drink some whatever she's drinking, and she's like, "We got a busy day."
What happened? What's wrong?
Well, nothing.
Okay, so you do the whole creation thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you just make things in your sleep and then eat them?
I don't make food in my sleep. Although, last week I did make a living nightmare that caused a bunch of ruckus in the wizard tower. That's besides the point. Bad dream. Nobody was fully eaten, only partially.
Fully eaten, only partially. Like, this just makes everything okay.
I talked to Plume Tree. We got a well, stuff to do's.
Okay, what happened this time?
She holds out her paw to you. As you reach out and you grab her paw, she turns and she knocks on the air 3 times, and you see it just ripple a little bit, like she's actually knocking on the air. And she reaches up and physically grabs it, and you can see the actual environment distorting as she twists it like a handle. She pushes it open, you can see the fabric of where you're at just rip, and you can see the magic city beyond. And she drags you through and closes the door.
That's the best way I've seen Dimension Door ever flavored.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And you're standing in the bustling magic city, wizards walking by and coming and going.
Make sure my tail's there.
She looks at you funnily what?
Sorry. Me and the others got teleported last night, and I kind of lost my tail. Lumion got it back, though.
Rules of teleportation. Make sure all fingies, toes, and tail and ears are in the circle before committing.
Yeah. To be fair, we kind of didn't know that we were going to go do the thing. So, yet again...
You forgot your towel, didn't you?
The 42nd time that's happened. Eventually I'll learn.
No, it's the 41st time. 42nd time. You know.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because you know the answer now.
And she goes over and she says, "So you're creating foods in your sleeps?"
Twice now. Apparently the first time I had a dream where I went to the kitchen, made a sandwich, poof, there was a sandwich, and accidentally woke up Coin in the process.
Well, at least it wasn't something trying to eat her, like the sandwich.
True, I'm getting a little concerned about it. That's like, what? Because, like you said, nightmare. Bad things happen. What happens if I'm having a dream and I need a dagger and all of a sudden,
I think Coin would be safe. She's pretty capable.
Yeah, but I don't want to accidentally stab someone.
Well, she might stab you back.
Yeah, that's also a bad thing.
Those that stab together stay together. At least according to a rogue.
True, but I'd like to avoid stabbing her and being stabbed by her.
She walks with you with non-consensual deep penetration of hard objects.
Not entirely necessary.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid certain situations, yes.
Okay.
She thinks it's part of that, mom's lineage manifesting.
What if it only manifests for foods, and then you never have to worry about foods?
True. Could come in handy.
You know, speaking of foods, I was in the conjuration class, advanced conjuration, and they wanted us to manifest stuff to beat our opponent. Well, I couldn't really think about anything to manifest, except for one thing came to mind. And she walks to a store and she looks up, glancing at the sign, and then a full fall festivities meal, like the entire table worth. I manifested it in their tummy.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
Oh.
They were not bursting with delights.
Oh, that just brings new meaning to the term "kill them with kindness," now doesn't it? That's fucking great.
Tom's now dying.
It's so on brand for her, though. Of course, she's not going to come up with like a cannon or drop like an anvil on them.
Maybe something adorable.
Yeah, she's going to do something like nice and sweet, like overfeed them. To like a lethal fucking extent.
So
Lethal
you guys
figures.
head into this store. The little bell chimes, and it's a beautiful stained glass window as you go in, and you see all these like little notes floating by, and you can tell they're magical notes traveling through the, not going around buildings, but going through buildings and open windows and passageways, and books rearranging themselves. And you see some pick up a tag as it floats by the table and goes to the discount pile. And you see a goblin is sitting there on like a high stool, kind of just reading a book. Their ears pointing out the side with like little trinkets hanging off, and like this wizard hat that just kind of seems almost like barbaric in a way. You can see some teeth sticking out along the seam lines, like where an eye would be, with a patch sewn into it.
That's not a goblin-y wizard hat. I don't fucking know what is.
I love it. I love it. It's derpy. It's pretty great.
So, with that, she goes over to the counter and she's like, she looks back at you. What? You need spells, right?
Could always use a few.
Okay. What kinds do you need? The goblin looks over. I've eaten one of your kind. She looks up. Rude!
Yeah, sorry, we're not the lunch special.
The goblin's like, and your sister's like, she looks at you. Wells?
A little bit of everything.
She grabs your mouth and she opens it up. She's like, where are the words? And she closes it. She lets you talk.
Cheddar.
She lets go back to
The
talking
cheddar.
naturally.
Well, because we got that trip coming up, so a few things for that wouldn't be. out
She
of
just
order.
looks up. She just kind of like climbs up a little stool that's meant for short people, little folk, and she's like, "Show me all your level 1 spells." And the goblin's like,
Got that thing with Lumion coming up.
hops down, walks over, pulls out like this long like drawer that you would think for like shoes or something, and you see all these scrolls along there,
Oh,
and you can see on like this side in like Roman numerals 1. And you can see labels on every single scroll, what they are rolled up. And you can see that the plate can actually be moved back You can see the different skulls are stacked on top of each other.
Oh wow.
Scabbard.
Yes.
Mongo's over there just pissing himself with excitement. You wake up in the morning, and Kippa's already headed off for the day. And so has Sermir along with her as per usual protocol. You hop out of bed, and you feel something, and your holy symbol literally pulls a "I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark," as it just turns to complete ash and fades away.
Not again.
I'm sorry. Again?
And you just don't feel the warmth of Bahamut at all.
I must make my way to the temple.
And as you start to move, you feel that armor that is imbued by Bahamut become suddenly like a lead weight around you. Because you didn't bother to get out of your armor before you went to sleep, you just passed out in bed.
God, I can just see that tiny little kobold laying in bed, full plate armor, just. Fuck, I can't get up. Am I
Oh, I've
broken?
fallen asleep and I can't get up.
These are the consequences of my actions. I must now carry this with me. I have to wear the armor. I'm going to the temple.
Roll a strength at disadvantage.
19.
Bye.
17, 18. So it's 17. 17, 18, 19, 22.
You have none of your paladin abilities or add-ons. He's like,
19. Actually, no, it would still... It'd still be 22.
wow, shots fired. Scab pissed off Bahamut, has to be Saturday.
That'll be a strength of 22.
Good. Our chat is giving no quarter
How do
today.
you have a strength of 22?
My save is a +5 to strength. It would actually be 25 if I had my abilities.
God damn. Fuck you.
I'm a marshal. What do you expect?
He also knows
You're
what
not
a
shady.
min-max.
I didn't even min-max this. This is literally just what the dice rolled. You've seen firsthand. You picked
up.
up these dice,
You don't have
rolled
to
it,
bring up that
and it
terrible
was
memory.
all ones. I picked it up immediately afterwards, and it was all sixes.
So
Look at that. All fours and fives.
you
I
push
should
your
have two in there.
two
Hey.
twos.
you push yourself out of bed and you just hit the ground and you're like suddenly in the forced push-up position and you just kind of stagger to a standing position. Like, oh,
All right. Here we go.
I did this to myself.
One step after the other.
you take these steps and it feels like you're carrying the world on your back, and then you get to the steps and you're looking down the stairs.
This is
Doing
where
it.
I die.
Down's easy.
Sounds easy. Making my way there.
Roll a dexterity at disadvantage.
There goes that nat 20. 18.
Ball with style.
24.
Yeah, it takes you a good while to stumble down the stairs to the point where you get to the midway landing and you're
I'm doing it the whole way. The whole way.
yeah.
This is what I have to do. I did this to myself, and now I have to drag myself out of it.
This should be triggering some PTSD from training to wear heavy armor.
Yep.
You're with your group of comrades, all of them.
Headed to the temple. To
And-
go meet Fox.
And Millam's just kind of like,
Explain what happened, show them what happened.
Millam's eating a piece of toast on the way, and she's like, I don't get it.
Like you what?
Like, I read the information that I was provided,
Uh-huh.
so what if they're dead?
Then I will be very angry with myself for letting a friend.
She looks over at you, she's like, your nobility, you're gonna send people to die anyway.
when I get to that bridge, I'll cross it.
Start thinking about spells there, bud.
Oh, I already got it up.
All right, I forgot you plan ahead like that. You're like, if I could buy a spell.
And you give me shit for planning ahead.
I don't plan
God,
ahead.
you can tell I've
literally
watched the
just have
musical
it
recently
set up
because
so that
I'm
way I can
almost
hit the
jumping into
add.
like a
Oh,
musical
do us a
about playing
favor
a
and
spell
cry me a
here.
river.
Yeah.
Hey, look, what's that over there? A distraction.
It don't work, bud. You know what does work though is taking this.
You know what's funny is he can look over there and look at you at the same time because he pulls a sweetie cat.
You know, sometimes that does happen and I hate it.
Feel like
And-
information overload?
No, it just turns out I need glasses.
But
I
he
keep-
refuses to get any.
Well, it's not that I refuse to get any, is that my doctors actually keep saying don't get them too early because then you could possibly fuck up your eyes even worse if you get it too
I've
early.
never heard a doctor say that.
I'm just wondering if the doctor knows him, and it's like, well, you're gonna get glasses, and you're gonna break them, and those shards may wind up in your eyes, fucking them up further.
Deny that. Go ahead. Deny that.
You know, it's a very real possibility. Very possible. And I hate that. As much
So
bullshit I
yeah,
have to put
you're
up
able
with.
to get to the temple with your entourage of people. Cog's like,
Do you think there's anything we can do?
Cog's like, well, Snake Chain
Stevie, yeah.
is an object, right?
Yeah, but he had a soul, or has a soul. Much like him.
Jim just crosses their arms.
Do you think there's anything we can help? We can do to help? Is it just up to prayer right now?
Let's go to the temple and see.
Okay.
Melum's like, yeah, we just need to go to the temple and see. And so you head into the temple, and Fought is working on scrubbing a stone. And you see him, and you can hear from where you're at as he's like, and this stone, I clean you with a toothbrush, my own personal brushy brush. All of your crevices are going to be spotless.
But
And
hello.
you see him pull the toothbrush out of his mouth as he...
But I come seeking your help with your connections to the gods. Will you please help?
Fought will be happy to help. Fought walks over. Want to taste my toothbrush? It's seasoned.
No, thank you.
Puts it back in his mouth. And then puts it in his pocket.
Yeah.
I see Tom over there turning green.
Okay.
A bit. They explained to Fought what happened, and hopefully he can help contact at least Eureka to see if there's anything that can be done.
So he takes the bundle that is Snake Chain, and he motions for you guys to go wait outside on the benches and under the trees.
We can't go pray together.
Fought will handle this as best as Fought can. Go.
Okay.
And Melum just kind of puts a hand on his shoulder. Let the expert handle it.
What did she? I didn't hear you.
Let the expert handle it.
Well,
She's like,
Cog, you follow Eureka too, right?
yeah.
You pray with me.
Yeah.
And anybody else who can help, I'd appreciate it.
Well, I would say that you guys probably go to under a tree and get into a circle and just kind of share a prayer and
Mhm.
thought. Swinging back over to you, Mongo.
Yeah, there's a few there.
There's a few there.
Sunny, Sunny just looks at you and it's like, I bring you all this way to spend times with yous and to go shoppings for you to help repairs. And you're just like, oh, I'm gonna be some bumps on the logs.
Sorry, it's just I can find like almost. I can make a good excuse for about any of them.
She's like,
I mean, okay, so like Colosphere just seems like kind of fun.
she's like, give me a list. She looks at the list for all the level 1 spells. We'll take all these. And how do you respond to that?
What you? What?
And he's like, okay. And he starts taking them out. He goes to back. He eventually just, he sets them in the air and they go to the table. And you can see them piling up, the ones that you got. All the level 1 scrolls.
Okay.
How to turn a wizard into a gibbering idiot.
Appreciate the gesture, but that's going to cost quite a bit.
And she goes over and sets down a few coins on the table. And they're not platinum, they're electrum coins.
Ooh, those are fancy.
Yeah. The hell?
What?
Where the hell did you get those?
And she just smiles cheesy.
Yeah, don't try the cute thing with me. I'm your brother. It doesn't work. Don't fucking roll.
You're the one that said it.
All right, fine. The cute thing fucking worked. Just get the embarrassment of the rolling.
The embarrassment of rolling.
Because let me tell you how this is gonna go. She's gonna roll either a nat 20 or something fucking close to it. I'm gonna try to counter it with a fucking nat 1 or something close to it.
You never know. There's always the possibility, granted extremely unlikely,
She doesn't look
that it could be
adorable. She looks derpy instead.
Does she have a hood or anything that could be put up and over?
No.
Fuck. Humphrey with us?
Yeah.
Humphrey, help me out. Put the bill down so that I can't fully see her face to try to...
You pull the bill down and it goes over her nose, but you can see her derpy, like crooked teeth smile.
Isn't she missing a tooth?
She's missing 2. She's like a stapler, like Mars.
That's not fair. Not fair, and you know it.
One on top, one on bottom, on the other end.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
Tom's brain is trying to escape. Quick, grab a beaker. I'll be normal. And the goblin just kind of, takes them and puts them into like a spell case. It's kind of like a bag of holding, but it's a spell case.
Yeah.
And closes the lid and holds it out to her. And she takes it. She hands it up to you.
You don't have to do this.
Done. Take it. I can cry on command.
That is not fucking fair, and you know it.
Coins has been teaching me how to cry dramatically.
Make a fucking note to talk to Coin about that. Yes, Mongo is making that note right in front.
Toxicrone's like, you know what? I'm okay with
Roll another strength.
you emotionally
disadvantage.
blackmailing me. But stop teaching my sister how to
There
do
goes
that.
that other fucking nat 20. It was destined to be. That's a nat 20.
Sorry, that's just on principle.
You get to the door, and you almost feel like you're training under Namek weight.
I am not giving up.
And you realize how far you have to go to the temple.
I'm still not giving up.
And you start walking across the way, and you start making your way to another set of stairs from the way down from your house. And suddenly you just feel yourself go weightless as someone pushes you from behind off the stairs.
I'm flying. Oh, fun.
This is how I die.
and,
This is how I pancake.
and you're like, and you come down and you land face first in the ground. Your body goes head over.
Oh,
Oh,
Scorpion.
Scorpion with all that weight.
Oh, down
oh,
the
he kicked
stairs.
himself in the
Yeah.
back of the head.
Oh,
At least it was just
how
one
many-
time,
how
not
many
like every
stairs?
stair.
There's like 20 stairs.
Fuck.
Oh,
It's like a
God,
D6
dude,
of
that makes
fucking
mine
step.
feel uncomfortable.
Alright.
And-
20d6. Here we go. Maybe I have enough. Maybe I don't.
6 per 10 feet, so it's only 2d6.
When
Yeah.
it comes to steps, I thought it was a
No.
D6 per step.
No.
Oh.
You land Scorpion, and the stone tastes terrible from the crash. And you feel a foot land on your back and push you to the ground.
Do they yell, "Get over here"?
No.
Uh-oh. I'm in danger.
And
How much did that hurt?
only 9.
Only 9. Only 9. Okay, that's not bad.
Oh, my
Something
shoulder,
is
man.
stepping on me. Can I see who or what?
You just feel the weight on your back, and you can see a bit of a shadow, and it almost seems dragon in nature, but also armored as well.
Get off me!
And you just hear them from behind you, and they push down even harder, and you can feel the weight just compressing you a little bit.
Like, oh, what are you doing? Why?
And they're like, groveling for any sort of assistance, like always.
I'm gonna try and get up.
All right, strength at disadvantage. Fuck. That's a D6 for every step. Like, you don't have the hit point to spare.
Well, I thought it was gonna be 20d6, and that could actually knock me the fuck out. Let's see. That was an 18 and then a 16. You said strength?
Mm-hmm.
21.
Okay. As you start to try to push up, they just lean their weight down, and it just slams you back into the ground.
Mm. I'm not giving up. I'm doing it again.
And
Where's that 19? And that's a 5. That's a 10.
oh, so as you try to move a little bit, they grab the back of your head where your horns are, pull your head up, and just slam you, bounce your face off the ground.
Oh.
And your vision just goes blurry as it's like a flashbang goes off in your ears and your vision.
Jeez.
29 points of damage.
29. Ow.
Yeah, for damn sure. Ow.
I'm still above half at least. But like, ow.
And 22 points of smite damage.
Oh.
Not anymore.
Owie.
I have to.
Owie. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm gonna stay down.
Do you have that ring on? Do you look like a white kobold?
I do
Because
not.
you're getting your ass kicked. I'm wondering if you're turning into a red shirt kobold.
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, fuck you.
They just, as you're like, you can just feel the agonizing blow from that as it,
No, you can get one this time.
Oh,
they roll you over onto your back and they put their foot on your stomach. And as your vision starts to focus on them, you're staring up at a dragon, essentially, or a half dragon that's wearing full silver plate armor, and their scales are platinum.
Envoy of Paladin, I assume. Or envoy of Bahamut, I assume.
Correct. And you're the groveling little snot that I've come to put on trial.
oh fuck.
Holy shit.
And they reach
Damn.
down and they grab you by your throat and pick you up, and they're like, is our platinum god not good enough for you to the point where you have to grovel to other gods for protection? Do his wings not protect you?
Of course they do.
His whispers say otherwise.
Damn.
And he sets you back down on your own 2 feet. And this guy is towering over you.
I'm gonna rub my head for a moment. Like, probably hurt a lot.
At least you're protected from concussions.
Hooray, helmet! Oh no! Envoy of Bahamut! Shit! Yay! Oh shit. Roll a religion for me, Nikolai.
Oh, okay. Of course, Bahamut protects all. I simply acted in a way that was still respectful to the traditions of where I was. I have not forsaken the Platinum Emperor.
And they lean in towards you. I think otherwise. You wouldn't be standing before me, unable to walk and fight back with a broken emblem of our god if that was true.
Perhaps, perhaps not. I still believe and understand and know of what it is to be a paladin of Bahamut for the most part. And while I am still learning, I have no intentions of forsaking it. Yes, I do understand there are other beings and deities out there. Yes, I have called aid upon them, simply out of necessity. But I do not forsake the Platinum Emperor.
And this dragon just stands in front of you and looks at you. And as you finish that last sentence, they come in and they headbutt you back down to the ground with another fucking smite.
Fuck, this one might actually knock me out.
28 points total.
I am unconscious.
They look at you, go limp in their hand. They're like, too harsh of a lesson.
For the audience, you're unconscious.
And then they just lay hands on you, and you come back, and you're just like, oh god. I need a couple more. I have to go fishing for dice. I know. Sorry. They lay on hands you for 45.
45.
Damn.
You can heal a lot with lay on hands. I think before I've actually brought Mongol almost a full before with lay on hands.
Oh damn! Trial, is Bahamut tired of Scav's shit already? And they help you get out of your armor so you're not burdened by the weight of it.
Try and like tell him, wait, I did this to myself.
You're not going to a temple. You're going to go take care of the situation. Take the armor off. It's not appropriate for where we're going.
Very well. And I will doff the armor.
They actually help you, and they're rather quick at helping you with taking the armor off. Like, they have a lot of experience with taking off plate mail and putting it on.
And
If I
it
remember
is.
correctly, that's actually a skill in the game to be able to quickly doff it.
I
It
think,
is.
It's like,
yeah.
like a feat. Like,
There's a feat that
ridiculous.
allows you to basically just almost instantaneous.
Yeah.
So
Heavily
like it
armored.
turns all your armor into like master-crafted stripper armor. You can just
More or less.
Oh, look, is that bank behind you?
You're just so good at it that it takes you no time at all to put your armor on.
So there's heavily
But-
armored, and then there's the
But
heavily
the
armored
question
master.
is that his rapier?
Let's not put those thoughts together. That was very bad.
It was in poor taste.
So
was Banks' intention with my sister honorable? Good.
they look to you and they're like, Bahamut's primary teaching is using of words, not violence. And you're probably thinking, oh, what the fuck did you just do to me?
Like,
Well,
wait a
he
minute.
did speak to you first, and then brought the violence.
So, your trial is simply this. There's someone to be put on trial and you are to defend them. Do you accept?
I do.
And they just nod, and you head back into the noble area, one of the courts essentially that's public access to normal people. So it's middle, but it's still like really chintzy type of place because it's the public courts, not the noble courts. And you can ask this dragonborn or this dragon actual questions.
What exactly is it that I am doing in terms of representing whoever this is for this
You're
trial?
saving a life that has started to turn over a leaf.
Okay. What are they guilty of?
Slavery.
Okay.
We're pulling the punches tonight now, aren't we?
Damn. Damn.
It's a dragonborn that peddles and selling kobolds.
Ah,
And your job is to defend them and prove that they're innocent and learning their ways. Manny's like, I'm having an existential crisis over here.
very well.
You're like, fuck. I want to kill this guy myself, but now I have to defend him.
Being a paladin, man.
Yeah.
I will do what I must.
They walk with you. And they just look over in your direction. They pray to Bahamut. Bahamut's answered them. Again, I wouldn't be here if they weren't trying to turn over a new leaf and find a better path. Live or die, well, that's up to you. So, let Manny stew there for a little bit. As he's...
trial. It's the time to monologue.
Yes.
You're
You
like,
have carte blanche to just monologue this session there, Danny.
I feel like that
Oh
thumbs
my
up
God.
is more of a middle finger.
Oh,
You know what I just pictured?
sealed your fate, bud.
you know what I just pictured?
More of a one of those.
You know,
sort of thing.
I'm making a huge call out here. He goes in there to the actual like courtroom and he's like, "Where's Jonathan?" You should be here for this.
If I remember correctly, it's Jonathan.
Yeah.
So great.
God, that movie is so fun.
Can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I hear it's taking a little while due to scheduling
Conflicts,
conflicts.
I love that they did that with the delays and everything. Like,
You know my favorite part, though, out of the whole movie?
Huh.
Paladin walking off in perfect straight line.
You know,
Oh, there's a rock.
It's
Gonna go around it?
Nope.
Nope, he's going over it.
Going over.
so if I remember seeing it behind the scenes, he was actually supposed to go around the rock in the script, but he improvised just walking over it because that's what his character would do. And I just think that is just so great. And
Oh.
apparently, Chris Pine's comment about it was all improvised too to play into it. It's like
I wonder if they worked together on making that improvise.
I just wonder if it was on the spot, like he just turned around and started walking and just.
Oh yeah, like maybe he like the guy playing the paladin, I forget the actor's name, did it, and Pine was doing his line, but they yelled cut because the paladin didn't do what he was supposed to do. And Pine's like, no, we can make this work. I'll just do my line again. differently."
Or
They may have done them both
Hey.
at the same time.
it may have done at the exact same time. It could have been that it was just Chris
Well, I mean,
Pine
they
got
all
thrown
they
off.
allegedly all played D&D together before filming, which is also great.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to you. What was your religion?
15.
We are so off track tonight.
It's fine. This is the side game
It's
thing.
not really a side game. You're getting your ass handed to you over there.
Okay, it's the in betweens.
At least when we
Phrasing.
got off on a movie.
Do you really want to
tangent.
say in betweens with
You're the one taking it out of context. Behave.
Bank hiding in the shadows?
Can't believe I'm saying behave. Come on,
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Fifteen.
Not,
supposed to be the other way
not
around.
over the squawking over here.
1-5.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So, yeah. You're still praying, and people are just kind of, talking back and forth a little bit about experiences they've had praying to Eureka and
Mhm.
such. And
And,
Melon reaches over, puts a hand on your shoulder.
I'll actually end up talking to Carl too.
Yeah.
Carl, I witnessed your attempt to come and assist while we were in the fight. And Nevaeh denied me your assistance. Should you feel it appropriate to lend that assistance now for Stevie, I would be eternally grateful. It's just another
Mhm.
prayer.
Religion. What are you doing, Mongo?
Still trying to figure out where the hell Coin got a handful of Electrum. Not Coin, Sunny.
And you now have that case full of level 1 scrolls.
You know you don't have to do this.
You're too modest. Mongo, I would have asked for like all of them.
That's what it is.
Oh shit!
Every one of them that I don't have.
Every level 1 spell.
Dope, dude.
You just have to take the time now to write them down.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work to do with your book. You might have to invest in a second book.
And she just heads out the door with you, and she's like,
Yeah, look back there. Thank you.
The goblin pops out his eye and starts. Puts it back in.
Did you say pops out his eye?
Yeah,
It's a
and
glass
shines it.
eye.
Awesome.
You know that thing's enchanted.
Probably, yeah.
Probably is a Zerat eye.
And Sunny looks over you. Looks, I owes you for a lot of Christmases and
No, you don't.
a lot of holidays and such. And we got together with the tree, and figured out things, and here you go. Nice thing. Unless you don't like nice thing, then I'm going to.
No, I'm just saying that you don't.
She
own
starts
the
kicking
very
the
thing.
ground a little bit, looking at her
Don't
feet.
cry.
I'm just trying to say you don't owe me anything.
And she just hugs you.
Hug her back. Thank you. I'll make it up to you somehow.
Just dits.
Didn't do anything yet.
Yeah, you did. You said thank you and gave her a hug.
Doesn't require a lot, man. She doesn't require a lot of effort there.
Just promise me one thing.
Hmm.
If you ever do need or want anything, you will at least let me know.
Okay.
Mm.
Let's go look for level 2s now. And she grabs your paw and starts leading you off.
You just put yourself in a trap because now she needs to do this. And she's going to tell you, well, I need to do this.
Congratulations, bud. You got what you wanted, but at what cost?
You know, Zara Arcane just threw this in the chat. Doing nice things for others because you want to is big. And my headcanon is that Sunny probably saw something with Plumetree.
Yeah.
Oh god, that means she probably saw something bad.
Oh God, I don't want to see him shower. Put it away. Put it away. That one time you thought somebody was spying on you in the bathtub. It was actually Plumetree just in there. I'm just kidding. Pulling a Master Roshi, but with other tobacco.
Ah, no. No. Why? What is wrong with you?
No.
No, we already have one dirty old man character, and that's Poltz.
True, and you can't ever. A while ago, I saw this fucking meme, and it's been living, unfortunately, rent-free in my head ever since. And every time somebody mentions Master Roshi, I think of it, because it just had a picture of Master Roshi and like Arnold Schwarzenegger on a bicycle
and he
in
looks
a
just like
Hawaiian
him.
shirt.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, now you get to witness Arnold Schwarzenegger slowly turning into Master Roshi, and it's like, fuck, it's a little too accurate.
Whatchamacallit? Now I'm just picturing Poltz with like tinted glasses and a Hawaiian shirt on. Now you can't unsee it either.
DVZA. How are you not on some kind of list? You think Master Roshi's my real name?
So you guys start wandering through the marketplace and the many twisting shops that are the Magic City. To find the proper store on her list that has level 2 spells that specialize in them.
Wow, look at me like that after I give you a
And she stops at a stall and she's like, and you see this lizard folk there, and she speaks to them in their native language, and they hand over like these wrapped, they look like eggs almost, they're wrapped. And she hands you one, and she's like,
Unwrap it.
you unwrap it, and you see like a candy shell. You crack the shell open, and inside you see a little, and it just blooms in front of you into like a little chocolate chicken. And you just see it like squeak, and you see the word like a little thought bubble above its head say, "Eat me."
Eat me.
And she just cut the head right off. And she said, "No more marshmallows."
I think he said filled with marshmallows. Okay.
I guess I give it a shot. Then again, for like a cat eating a bird-themed,
Food is like
probably pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's just like the shell itself is like a candied shell that's nice and sweet, and then the bird itself is like this really rich milk chocolate. And then inside of it, it's filled with like a marshmallow nougat type of
So
fun.
kind of a weirdish chocolate balut.
But yeah, you're like, I want one of those now.
I don't know, it just reminds me of something I haven't had for a while.
Scottish eggs.
I haven't had one of those forever. The really good, like the Scottish chocolate covered marshmallows.
Mm.
Have not had one of those for a while.
So you get a few snack.
Yeah, snack.
And she pauses for a moment as you're on your way, and she looks around, and she goes to another store. And you go in, and there's a hobgoblin there, and dressed to the nines, like beautiful, like vest on, silken shirt that's pulled up and clipped in place. These really fancy glasses, various dangly things from the ear, a very beautiful tie that has eyes on it. They're actually looking around the room. Various pocket watches, and they take one out, check it, put back in the pocket, take out another one, check, put in the other pocket. There's like 6 different chains going in different pockets. And do an investigation if you would like.
Yeah, that'll work. Natural 20.
Nice. So in this shop, it's a potion shop,
Oh,
and you instantly seeing like giant-sized potions, water-breathing potions, healing potions, like all the different kinds of potions you can imagine. And then on the other side of the room, you see deluxe potions, and around them, you actually see a beginner, what looks like a beginner scroll of how to produce the potion. Mongo's like, oh my god.
the table will bubble out soon. Just don't call attention to it.
Don't
Kind of
look
hard
at
to,
the
bud.
table.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there, take a bit of closer look.
Yeah, we have the table.
The hobgoblin walks over
Maybe
and
I'll
he's
watch it
like,
later.
welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
How can my store of Ikbon be of service to you?
Well,
Legal, non-legal, gray area potions.
Yes.
the worst look from somebody.
That's just a normal look.
It's kind of still new to the potion making trade.
Ah, interesting.
Haven't quite come up with a lot, but I know that there's endless potential in it. And I'm just trying to learn a bit, everything that I can about it.
All right, so a fellow potion slinger. What got your 2 eyes?
Well, I noticed that you have a few over here with almost like the recipe with them as well.
Oh, yes. It's the 0 level version, of course. I can't give away the secrets of the more advanced
No,
things.
of
But
course.
we believe here at Isbon's is that we should offer an opportunity to not just buy the potion, but to be able to make something of your own.
That is one of the nicest things I've ever heard from a shopkeeper.
Mongo's like, I'm in love.
Because I almost got one figured out of absorb elements.
Well, you see, that's an advanced brewery. It usually takes about 28 days to create the potion itself. You have to steep it in the various elements for it to be able to absorb them. There's the offshoot that the potion could fail and you end up creating a very angry elemental in the process.
It
That
could
is-
be bad. Or good.
Handy to know. Writing that down.
No, potions can backfire very badly.
Yes.
Are you writing a monologue over there?
Maybe.
What are some of the ones that you would recommend to help build a strong foundation?
Foundation potions. Well, there's the level 1 resistance spell. There's also, the beginner healing potions, cure potions, and those sort of things as well.
Those are. Oh my god, we just got in a fight a couple of days. Yesterday, actually, and having a few extra health potions would have been so wonderful.
When in doubt, use a healing potion.
Yeah, those I travel with can do a little bit of the healing, but there's only so much that they can do per day.
Well, as an alchemist, we come up with very unique ways to expenditure our potions. For example, we have a system that's a backpack apparatus that you put on your back, and it automatically administers potions when you're critical. Still experimental. I'm working it out with some gnomish folk.
So basically just a backpack of IVs.
It just shanks you in the kidney when you're about to die and administers the healing potion.
You get that working, everybody's going to want one.
Oh, I'm sure every adventurer would be killing for one.
Hence.
And with those, it's going to be a hell of a lot harder.
So, let's get you situated. You've got coin to spend, I've got potions to sell.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. The healing potion and
Now, are you looking for the deluxe ones that include the actual scripture, or are you just looking for actual potions?
if you have one of the ones with the scripture on it, that would be.
Ah, of course. And he sets one down on the table, and he's like, he just starts using Mage Hand, and he's like, and it sits on the table to be purchased. It's in like a little golden square that says reserved on it.
Yeah.
What else?
God, we have a trip coming up to somewhere hot.
Fire resistance is a good one to have.
That I could only see being beneficial.
Do you mind if I ask where? And he conjures it onto the table.
We have to take a trip to the realm of fire.
Being a wizard, have you done your research regarding that?
A little bit. I got a very impromptu trip due to a disagreement with a now deceased individual.
Well, that's unfortunate. My cousin is from the realm of fire.
Oh.
Half Jin.
Oh.
But I hope you probably have done your studies in school, being. But the realm of fire, other spell types tend to be a lot weaker there.
Yeah, I've heard that anything water-based basically just ain't gonna happen.
Well, it is the realm of fire, so its primary element is the most dominant of
Yeah.
things.
Although, it does raise one question. I'm assuming there's going to be a few disagreements there with some of the individuals we're going to have to deal with who are probably pretty fair with fire. So being resistant to it, but then also using something that will actually work there that they're not expecting.
How about some potions of frost?
Ooh,
And he summons one, and it lands on the table.
that could come in extremely handy. No, I think with those, on the resistance one, the scripture, does that include how to use other elements or just for fire?
Just for fire, but you seem like a bright little lad, so you might be able to figure out the other intricacies.
Because I assume that there would be a few differences here and there.
A few. A little twist here, a little tweak there.
Okay, good. That should about do it. At least for the immediate.
Then we shall ring you up. He heads over and behind the counter, and he opens this book, and you can see like there's like gold leafing on the edges of the pages. And looks at the various the 3 potions that you've selected, essentially. He marks down in the document the process of selling them. He's like potion of healing with instructions, 250 platinum. Potion of fire resistance, 150 platinum. Potion of frost, 200 platinum. Nate's over there like, oh my god.
Well, how much was the second one? 100?
150.
150.
And the third one was 200.
Yeah, 250, 150, 200.
Yep.
600 platinum.
Yep.
Come with instructions on how to do it. Like, fucking buy it.
I just gotta check something.
Yeah. So, Scabbard, you're able to go in and meet the individual that's on trial. And you see this Dragonborn. It looks like he's been roughly handled by some guards. And it's a red Dragonborn. Did that hurt your wallet?
At some point in time, we're gonna need to do something to start putting funds in. We still got a pretty decent chunk, but it's been spending on this, on this, on this, on this, on this.
What?
And there's only-
Adventuring's not cheap.
But this is pretty important to you.
Yeah.
It's more than important. It's fucking critical.
And you see Sunny, she's using Mage Paw. And you see her set some potions on the table. She's like, I like to make a purchase too. And you see 5 greater healing potions and 1 master healing potion.
Oh shit.
And you're like,
What are you planning on doing that's gonna require that?
oh, little bits of this and a little bits of that. And she puts the coin on the table for it.
Who do we have to send a thought?
And he puts the potions into a 3 potion case and closes it up and hands it to you. It's like a little leather case. And he bundles up her 6 and closes it and hands it over to her. It was more expensive than I thought. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a healing, there's resistance, and shit, what was the third one?
Frost.
That's right.
So you get to meet the person that's in their cell.
Okay. Red Dragonborn. Chromatic or metallic?
Red. That means it's chromatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't.
God, you're really channeling your inner Matlock there, aren't you? Look, he's up to like 3 pages.
Pretty soon, I'm just gonna hear him like go dun dun.
Okay.
Wouldn't he have metal? Red? He would have
You wouldn't be if it,
What if there is a
the only
metal?
other
It
variant
would
would
be
be
copper.
ruby, copper,
Yeah,
or
copper, I think, would be the closest red
Yeah.
metal. Yeah.
and then there's the gemstone one, which is ruby.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Look into the I almost said cage. Look into the cell.
And they
It
just
is
kind
a
of
cage.
they look over to you and they're like,
And who might you be?
and they don't really say anything. They just look back at the ground like they're ashamed of seeing a kobold here.
You may speak. I'm not here to condemn you. If anything, I'm here to see about the possibility of a redemption.
And you look over. If you want, you can do a perception.
I will. That is a 1.
A 1.
I don't see shit.
They have ankles.
You take a few steps back, to see where the dragon is at. The platinum dragon. They're staying at the end of the hall, so they can't be seen. And you suddenly feel like the lacing of like armor come around your neck, and you're suddenly yanked against the bars as someone's strangling you from behind.
Fun. I'm gonna go ahead and try and wiggle free here. What can I do? What can I do?
Power.
Hello, hello,
I'm
hello.
just a
Let's see, let's
kobold,
see.
no.
We are
Dagger.
going to
Claw.
So they thank you for your patronage. Thank you for coming in, and they give you a card while he thinks about what he's doing.
Yeah.
And
Huh, that's
please
interesting.
don't be a stranger. Come again.
Oh, I would absolutely love to.
And a few other patrons have been looking around, and he goes over to speak to them. And you and Sunny head out, and she's like, "Well, you found some things you needed." And she has that case of potions in her arms. And she's like, "Can you put this in your bag of holdings?"
Yeah.
Okay. She hands it to you.
That's interesting. We just looked it up. There's a metal called native silver that can alloy naturally,
Work that paladin charisma.
alloy naturally with gold and other elements that make it look red. It's kinda
That is interesting.
I'm gonna go ahead, use my claws, just try and pry it off a bit. And yeah,
Strength.
okay. Yeah, 24.
24, you manage to just snap it. You stumble forward and you look back and you see an elf slink back into the shadows.
Toss the thing aside.
And you hear a guard from the end of the aisle. Hey, you want to get too close to the bars?
Noted. Thank you. Look back over to the Dragonborn again. Do you have a name?
Then the Dragonborn just looks over. Hut in him. Theldrick.
How do you spell that?
Oh my god, you're so useless sometimes.
Dude, just sound it out, man. Let's
Have you
Spell
seen the
the
way
game.
she spells some of the
that
things?
doesn't matter.
They're spelt the way they sound.
You don't need to stall the game by asking how something's spelled.
Or ask that you message it to you later.
That works too. Okay. I'm gonna keep this plain and simple. I'm not here to condemn you. I'm not here to see about the execution. I'm here to see about a possibility of giving you a second chance at life and to atone for your transgressions.
And then they just sit quietly and like I said, they look rough around the edges, like they have been beat the fuck up. At the end of the hall, though, where the thing is, occasionally a guard looks up at the paladin, like fucking platinum dragon saying behind me.
Do I have anything here? I wouldn't have anything on me, actually. Okay. I assume that the guards did this to you? Motion to the, all the injuries and such?
And others. It's well deserved for what I've done.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. We'll see. I hear you are seeking some sort of protection from the Platinum Emperor.
I'm not seeking any sort of protection. I'm seeking redemption.
And do you truly believe that you deserve it?
They look over a bit and they're like, I freed all those I was trading and I owned. I gave them all of the coin that I had.
Can I insight them?
Yeah.
As a 19.
They're not lying. You're free to ask the guards questions too. You're over there on the edge of your seat, Nikolai.
Yeah,
Praying.
just praying and hoping he didn't cause the life of someone to be lost.
All right.
The chat. Come on, Scav, you can do this.
Let's go, Scaly Mason. Come on, man. You got this.
Gaily Mason.
I think there's a chance here that you could seek redemption. It would not be easy. You would have to prove your worth. Something that is not easily done, especially with someone who has done some atrocities. But it is possible. There's certain oaths you would have to take if you truly wish to see the possibility of it. Do you understand that?
They get up and they walk over to the bars and look at you. And do you move away from them or do you just stand your ground?
I'm gonna stand my ground.
Yeah. If you want, you could do another perception. Perception.
Perception.
Yes.
Perception?
With the way he's rolling.
14.
14. They walk to it, and you can see the injuries more closely. Like, some of them are still fresh, but you can see where, like, some of the soft underscales on, like, their arms, where they've actually carved in the symbol of Bahamut and started trying to claw in the scripture of Bahamut.
I have to take a look and see if it's here. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
What are you looking for?
Something in my notes that I may not have anymore. But it is fine.
He's looking for a clue.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay. I'm gonna take a closer look at what they have inscribed on them. Does it look
Religion?
correct? 24.
You investigated a bit, and do you reach to the bar so you can get a better look at their?
Let me see your arm.
They offer them through the bars, and
Take a look.
one of the guards goes to draw a sword, and the platinum
And raise my hand up and
puts
just,
his hand on the shoulder of the guard, and the guard's just like, and you investigate it, and as crude as it is, you can see that it is proper scripture. Like, they managed to get their hands on the scripture of Bahamut and start carving it into themselves.
you understand that there's a certain burden that comes with this. Being what you have done and what you are trying to do. Once you do this, there's no going back. You know that, right?
He looks at you, and he looks you over, and he's like, I've already spit Tiamat's name out of my mouth.
Then I want you to repeat after me.
Oh god, he's
Honesty.
gonna make the poor Dragonborn monologue.
Honesty. Don't lie or cheat. Let your word be your promise. Courage. Never fear to act, though caution is wise. Compassion. Aid others, protect the weak, and punish those who threaten them. Honor. Treat others with fairness. Let your honorable deeds be an example to them. And duty. Be responsible for your actions and their consequences. Protect those entrusted to your care and obey those who have just authority over you.
As you're saying it, he's repeating it with you, almost in tune with you.
Take a good close look at their eyes as they do.
Yeah? What are you looking for?
Just inciting.
Go for it. Nikolai,
Yes.
Pod
Last-
comes out and comes over
Last
to you.
upper was a 15. As
Yeah. Pod comes over to you, and he's like, I have news.
well. Okay.
That is a 19.
Hopefully it's good news.
He's being honest.
Dang. He has news. Just news. But in a cheerful voice. So I will proceed to get my hopes up to have them dashed.
Through the snow.
So, what's up? What? Please tell me it's good news.
It's news.
Oh shit! What happened?
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by he's so happy right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Bot looks at you. Well, You get to keep Snake Chain,
Okay.
but Stevie's going away.
Ugh. I'm confused.
Okay, story time from Plot.
Okay.
He's just gone full rumble. He looks at you. Well, Stevie, is a spirit, and their life has been prolonged by being in Snake Chain.
Oh.
Okay. Any of you people here know Identify?
You do?
Good. Good. Like, help him identify. And he just lays down the body of Snake Chain, aka Stevie.
Okay. Get to it.
Yeah.
Take my time.
So, you want to turn the music back on?
Yeah.
The deathly silence in here is kind of deathly silent. So you guys go through the religion, and yeah, you get to find out the history of Stevie, aka
Oh,
Snake
I'm not
Chain.
wrong, anything? Okay.
Huh? No,
I'm not wrong. Okay.
they all help you.
Okay.
It's
They
probably
all know the spell.
yeah, it's pretty overwhelming. The odds are in your favor for this one.
6 of us there.
Yeah. And like you said, can you turn that down a little? It's really loud. Yeah, you find you go back and you're pulled into the scene where you can see it, and it's kind of a wizard tower in one of the schools. You don't know what school it is.
Okay.
You see a wizard there, and it's a human wizard, and you can see that he's not wearing like the best of robes or anything. He's just an honest wizard at his
Okay.
job. He's
Like a hedge mage kind of probably.
yeah, kind of gray around the edges, and he's just doing his thing, and he's working on some stuff for his courses for the students, and he's just kind of like smiling at his work, and as he's working, the door opens and his little boy comes running in over to him, and he greets the little boy, and he's talking to him, and he crouches down and speaks to him, and the kid's just delighted by what his father is doing and the wizard stuff that he's doing, and he's like, someday I'm going to be a wizard too. And his father's like, no, you're going to be better than me. You're going to be a great wizard, not just a wizard. And time jumps a bit forward, and you see this little kid, and the father's a little bit older, not by a lot. Probably at least 5 years or so.
Okay.
And the kid's 5 years older. From 10 to about almost, 15.
15. Okay. I was it like 5 to 10 or 10 to 15? I wasn't quite
Yeah,
sure.
and you see the father leaves and heads off and down the hall and to his private quarters, and you see that there's no wife waiting for him, and the boy is struggling to get up because he has some sort of ailment.
Oh.
And the father helped him up, and he needs 2 braces to essentially walk to the table and sit down, and the father sits down and starts writing out scrolls with him, trying to help him, and Stevie's getting frustrated about writing these out because he can't write properly anymore.
Stevie's the boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the father's patient and trying to help him with writing these out. And time goes on, another couple of years, probably about 1 or 2 years at this point. And the boy is much worse than the father spending time with him, and the father looks very sleep deprived and upset, and he looks over at his boy, and picks up a cloth and cleans him up a little bit, and starts to take care of him and feed him dinner and such because he can't do it himself anymore. And he looks over at him and he's like, I found somebody that can help. And the boy just is distant at this point. That spark of hope and everything is long dashed because of how they've ended up. And the father moves ahead a little bit, just not a lot of time this time. The father meets with another wizard, and this wizard's wearing black robes. You can see purple on it and such, and you can see the various exotic metals that they have laid out. And the father's like, I promised you a future. You'll go to someone that you can help, and you'll become the adventurer you always wanted to be, and you'll be able to help people that you wanted to help. And this person's like, are you ready? And he's like, anything to prolong his life. And this wizard takes the father's life in exchange of transmuting the child's soul into the snake chain form. You're right.
Yeah. That was pretty intense. He was. Wow.
So eventually, Stevie ended up with the Obscura to eventually travel with him on their adventures and get to actually live the life of an adventurer to a degree. And
Holy shit. That was crazy.
you find yourself standing in a new place. None of the others are with you at this point. And you can see this beautiful glade of flowers leading off to the distance. And do a perception if you would like.
I believe. Something.
As you're standing in this place, towards the distance, you recognize the figure of another god that you've interacted with, and it's Papa. And you feel something come up to you, and you turn around, and this bright-eyed little boy crouches down in front of you, and he's like, "Hey!" And you recognize it from the visions, and the embedded memories.
I'm sorry, Stevie.
And they look at you, and they're like,
I wish I knew.
no, it's okay. I got to adventure with you, and it was an honor. And I got to go out in a really cool way.
Yeah, you did.
I want you to remember that, not this.
You helped our parents and then you helped us. Avenge our parents. It's amazing, dude.
Tom, are you okay?
Oh, wow.
And Stevie grabs you and pulls you in for a hug. He's like, look, just like me, you're gonna be awesome. Thank you for letting me travel with you.
Thank you for traveling with me. Without you, I don't think we would have made it last night.
And he just kind of strikes a bit of a superhero pose.
No wonder you and Ace got along so well.
This goofy little sandy blonde kid with freckles. None of the ailments bugging him.
I want to try to commit this kid's memory in this pose to memory. Or kid's image and pose into memory.
Use your ability.
Would I be able to use the amulet?
No.
No, okay. Not as good as I wanted it to be, but hey. That would be a 17.
17. You've taken the details as quickly as you can using you could actually use your moon mouse ability, the one that helps you with
Oh yeah, the spark of genius.
yeah.
Wait, not moon mouse, but it's a
It is a moon mouse ability. I just haven't added it.
Oh,
fully
okay. So
yet.
what is it? What is it?
It's a +5.
Okay, so that'd be what I said, 17.
Yeah.
So 22.
Yep. And that would just be done for the remainder of time.
So one time a year or one time a day thing.
One time a week.
One time a week. Okay.
And yeah, you look over the details and to commit to memory, and he's like, "Hey, don't cry. I gotta go though."
Well, your dad. You made your dad proud, buddy.
And he's like, "I'm excited to see him again. I hope I get to see him again."
I've met your companion there before. I'm sure if it's within his power, he'll let you.
And he smiles and waves at you and jogs off in that direction.
And I give a nod and a thank you to Papa again.
And he simply nods at you, and as Stevie reaches him, he ushers him through and walks through the gate behind him, and suddenly you're just standing there amongst your friends, and Millen looks over at you and she puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "You're crying a lot."
Yeah. That little boy saved our lives. At least twice. At least twice. Holy, no, 3 times. Once in the forest against the Goldbones. Once in the tombs. And then just last night. He's so deservedly proud of himself. He's an example to live off of. And thank you guys for helping.
And everybody just kind of comes in and just gives you a hug, including Font. I will let you recover a little bit. Tom looks like he's just about ready to die too.
Yeah, trying to go somewhere else for the moment.
Holy crap.
Storytelling.
Yeah.
Your favorite way to torture us.
What, storytelling?
And we show up week after week after week.
Holy crap! That was
Basically
intense.
quoting that old song, "Hit me with your best shot."
So you're with your sister heading off to another location.
Go easy, okay?
That was pretty intense.
And she eventually finds another shop and she heads in and the door says, the door kind of opens before she reaches out and he's like, ah, I'm scared of cats. They like to scratch at me.
Oh, fuck, not a talking door. Right, if it asks if you want to go for a ride, say no.
Hey, that's another fun story, guys. We can
So
share someday.
you head into the store and it's just all these eclectic, dusty books and things like that. And you're surprised at the owner of the shop, and it's a large, hunched over, what appears to be some sort of troll. And he's like, and you see him look over to another head and hey, we have a guest. Oh, we don't. Oh, we do have a guest. Oh, that's interesting. It's two kitty cats. I don't like kitty cats. They scratch at things. Maybe these ones don't scratch at them.
But we won't scratch anything in here, I promise.
Oh, that's reassuring. Oh, look, they're being nice.
Often, but not always.
And they're looking at each other and they're like, I saw him first, so I can help him first. No, I saw him first, so I get to help them first. You're a dum-dum. I'm just as smart as you, so you're a dumber dum-dum. Well,
Oh my
I'm
God.
always right. Well, that's because you're on the right side. That doesn't make you right.
It literally does.
Tom's like, Coin's like, we're
Sonny.
looking. Sonny's like, we're looking for some level 2 spells. Ah, you've come to the right place. 2s is better than 1s. Yes. And the other head's like, oh, well, we messed up our catchphrase. And the other one looks over. We has a catchphrase? Ah, that's news to me. That's because you're a dum-dum.
Wait,
My
this is a
God.
two-headed troll
Yes.
in a wizard shop.
Yes.
That's funnier than shit.
Who put their two heads together? They're probably smart. They
When
both,
you-
they both have a 9 intelligence.
Hey,
Work
come there,
together,
that's
they have
an
18.
18, yeah. One remembers what was on the left page, one remembers what was on the right page.
Yes.
And they're like, you've come to the right place with level 2 spells. How can we help you? I'm helping them first. You're slow to help them. Not as slow as you are. I have to drag you around because you're so slow.
Kind of reminding me of the molars from Invincible.
You guys
Big
never
guy
expect me to actually play a 2-headed character.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of reminded of the, what is this? The door knockers from Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
They always lied. They always tell the truth.
And can we see your offering of a level 2 spells? We're sure you're quite generous. Brother, what are you looking for?
Everything.
I don't have a lot of level twos. Oh, there is one.
Yes.
You haven't prepared what you want at level 2 yet?
There's a
What kind of
lot.
wizard are you?
Buddy, you've had half an hour.
I was distracted by Euro. Oh, level 2 is actually one of my favorite levels because that's where a lot of my favorites are.
Oh, hell yeah. Level 2 is awesome.
And he's like, I can get you maybe 2, maybe 3, depending on price.
You know, you don't have to get me any of them.
And she just kind of crossed her arms
Said you don't have to.
and she
Whoops.
starts thumping her foot.
Stop that.
Thumps the harder.
Mage paw over her foot.
Thumps the other one. Thumps the other one. Thumps her. Just thumps her little feetsies.
Okay, look, there's one that I was thinking that I might be able to put to some use. Because I know Cayenne has a few things that she does want to get over, and I figure if I get the right spell, I can put it in the right potion, and I can help.
The other, the head looks over. I know a great spell. What spell is that? Oh, I know. The one that nobody likes. Slurping skin. It loosens all the skin and it just kind of moves around like a wet satchel over the muscle.
Oh, fucking throw up.
Nobody likes that spell. It's gross.
Yeah.
You know how
Mhm.
difficult that would be to hold on to like your sword and stuff if your skin's just completely loose?
You know how hard it would be to hold on to your lunch.
Sonny's like, I feel gross.
Oh.
Just a loose bag
Oh.
of flesh inside.
Okay. Well,
What about the other spell?
change it? We're not-
Snot bubble. Well, that's a fun one too.
What pray tell does that one do? I haven't heard of it before.
Well, no, you explain. Well, it's your creation. Oh, well, you created it too. Well, it's a spell where you spray snot out and you trap them in a bubble of gelatinous snot.
That's great. Like a resilient sphere just out of snot.
And it's filled with snot.
I'm still gonna throw up. Oh. There was one that I was hoping that you might have. The one known as Alter Self.
Ooh, Alter Self. It's a popular one among some wizards. I think we have a copy. And they go over and they pull up a, like, it's not in an actual scroll, it's in a single page book. And they open it up and you see some moths flutter off that have chewed on the page a little bit.
It's
Ah.
gonna hurt.
Magical moths. Delicious, crunchy, and juicy. And the other head's like, they're quite delicious. They taste like toe jam in the middle of winter.
Just like that, I no longer want my sandwich.
Oh, none. Feel free to make bets on how long it's going to take for my appetite to actually come back, because that's a slice of pie in a bowl, and I was really looking forward to it. But
I say 5 minutes.
Yeah, about 5 minutes once you're done with this encounter.
I'll give it about 15.
And
Oh.
she's like, we'll take it. What other ones, brother? Please hurry. Why such a hurry? We can do so many fun games. Yeah, we could. Like, pin the tail on the cat.
We already have tails.
we don't need it.
Yeah, Sonny.
Here's a nubbin. That counts.
Oh, I bet he's looking for the spell invert stomach. That one's banned.
Player for good fucking reason.
Ouch.
Force somebody to remove everything out of their stomach, whichever direction it goes.
Sonny's like, I have morbid curiosity. Just curiosity. Oh, yes, that caused them to throw up their whole stomach, not just the contents.
Oh God!
Oh, so they do what camels do.
What?
Weird thing. Camels will actually vomit out their stomach.
Like the actual organ?
Yes.
Do
That's
they
how
survive?
Yes, that's actually how they regulate their body temperatures.
I'm glad you asked that question and clarified because I thought he said cannibals. Like what?
And today I learned camels is gross.
Frogs can do it too.
Who?
Frogs can do it too.
Oh, thank goodness they left that part out of the Muppets.
There's some really interesting things you can learn
Hey,
about
Miss
on
Piggy,
Animal
tickle
Planet.
my insides.
Tom's like, I'm just gonna go home now.
Yeah.
So, what other spell?
Enlarge reduce.
Oh, that's a fun one. They pulled the book off the shelf. I like to enlarge certain elements. Of course you do, because you have a small brain.
If you did try to enlarge someone's brain, would that make them smarter?
It'd probably kill them.
Well, if you reduce it, would that kill them?
Probably.
Or would they just be able to fit more brains in their head and then make them smarter?
Don't make me sick in it.
It's not how
Stick
that
a
works.
lithids on you and those sort of things.
Fair enough.
Don't worry. The intellect devours won't care. Right back.
Kind of insulting.
Oh.
So, you have
Great.
2 of the scrolls that you've been hunting for in your possession. Sonny's like, got a third? Hurry up.
These guys are weirding me out.
Oh God. Being able to turn invisible would have been really handy yesterday.
We don't have a scroll of invisibility, but we do have something else. Don't give away our toy. And they reach in their loincloth and they fish around and they pull out a ring of invisibility.
Oh, I've heard of those.
I don't think you want that ring, bud.
And they just kind of rub it off a little bit. And you,
Oh, good. It's the one conquering to rule them all.
Born by a two-headed troll.
Sonny's like, take all 3. Just ring us up, please.
And a lot of sanitizer.
They ring it up and they're like, well,
Prestidigitation. Disinfect.
and Sonny puts the coin down for it. So you have a ring of invisibility. You don't know the quality of it.
Yeah.
And the 2 scrolls.
Yeah. Enlarge and
goose and ult herself.
Yeah.
You see her just put down 800 platinum on the table.
Oh my god.
That's all that cost? Holy crap.
That's a lot of platinum.
I was expecting you to get a little bit more expensive.
Okay.
Don't challenge her, dude.
I'm not trying to challenge her. I'm just.
She just motions after
Shares
she
my
gets the
expectations.
scrolls, and she holds out a bag and lets ring drop in there. She looks over at you. Puts in her vest of holding, like. It was wonderful to be doing business with you. Come again. Perhaps we can play games. Good call inviting them back. I hear repeat guests are good. And you guys head out. She's like,
Oh.
not okay.
You were the best sister one could ever hope for. Stomaching through.
And she just kind of goes over to a pot and just. And you see it just splash kind of out because it's so explosive.
Oh, as it's going out, I will try to prestidigitate it and keep it from getting all over her. And yeah, I don't have to worry about holding her hair back, but yeah, I'll try to make sure that the mess is mitigated as much as
Now
possible.
let's go find a place to get like one more spell. One more. I hope it's not dealing with. I never want to deal with that again.
Agreed. I know they mean well.
Over to you, Scabbard.
Is it possible to speak with and this is in character speaking to the dragon as well as the guard. Is it possible to speak with some of the individuals that this one has directly interacted with in terms of those kobolds?
The guard's like, we got one witness that came forward. They can't exactly name other witnesses as they were all numbers. They're
It's fine. I would like to very much like to speak with this one.
It takes a little bit of time, but eventually, like about 45 minutes or so go by, and they bring in the kobold, and they're wearing basic clothes. They have like a basic tunic on and some just plain slacks on, essentially. And they're like, hi?
Hello. Please, have a seat.
They look at the seat.
It's fine. I'll sit down across from them.
They sit down across from you.
I have some questions regarding a certain dragonborn.
When are they being put down?
So, about that. I'm here more or less to try and see if there is a chance, a possibility, for them to atone for their actions.
They stand up and they look at you and they're like, why would you defend them? They're a dragonborn that sold our kind.
Be that as it may,
Are you one of their buyers?
no. I'm a Claw of Bahamut. It is my duty to ensure that justice is done right, and that is properly handled.
Then why are you defending such a foul creature?
Because here's the thing. There's always a possibility of redemption.
The redemption is the noose around the neck until they stop breathing.
That's wrong. As much as many would love to see that,
Including
And-
the crows getting a free meal.
and while I do not disagree that what they have done was
Then
absolutely
allow it to
atrocious,
happen.
they still deserve a second chance like any other.
It's a kobold that's gone mad.
They've already partially proven their worth of the possibility of it.
What they do? Pay you coin?
No. There were many of you, yes? Some of them have already been released, paid for and freed, done by their own hands.
All of us that were stock were told we were free and given coin and told to disappear into the night. I went to the authorities and I turned them in because it's the rightful thing to do to watch them hang.
Your freedom is directly in the involvement of that Dragonborn. What they have
So,
done was
should
absolutely...
we just turn a blind eye to when a slaver decides to grow somewhat of a spine?
No. I believe that there is a chance for them to redeem themselves for what they have done, There-
Again,
but
you-
it will not be without consequence.
they look over at the dragon. They're like, "Is this kobold insane?" And the dragonborn the dragon is just standing there and has their arms crossed. Perhaps, but that's not for me to judge. I'm here to simply observe the path they take. Oh, wonderful! A dragon that's insane and a kobold that's insane. And they start to turn towards the guards like, "Ah, don't drag me into this."
Speak your mind.
I think they should hang from a noose and be picked to. The remains should be given to the crows. They're a slaver that sold our kind freely for coin.
And if you believe truly 100% in that, do you also believe there's a chance for them to potentially right their wrongs of what they've done? To fix everything they have done?
That's for the judges to decide, not me. I've presented my evidence and my witness testimonial.
That may be for the judge to decide, but I'm still curious to hear what you have to say.
Yes, I think they should die.
But is that what you truly think? You don't think there's any chance for them at all?
It's a dragonborn. Are you not aware that some dragonborns just eat us?
I am fully aware.
And it's a red dragonborn, even more despicable. They're literally a rock throw away from being a red dragon.
Do I know of any chromatic paladins of Bahamut? No?
You haven't met any.
Do I know of any clerics or any of them at all?
Mm-mm.
So I assume that's very rare. Okay.
I mean, saying fuck you to Tiamat is kind of a do not pass go.
That is true. And what if I told you that this one in particular has already taken an oath of binding, one that cannot be undone, one that, should they go back on, will in fact result in their death?
Well, maybe they'll have less of a harsh feeling in the afterlife.
Very well.
Off with his head.
I believe there's still a chance. I just wanted to see firsthand exactly who it is.
Well, you can take your madness and possibility have a second chance and do what you may with it. Just don't include me in it.
Do you know of any others?
They've scattered to the wind to get as far away from things as possible.
Very well. And I have no further questions for you.
And they just get up and head for the door and just, you hear the
Before
door
you leave,
slam.
I'm call out to them before they leave. Before you leave, thank you for your time. Apologize for bringing you out here in such an untimely manner. And I will hand them a single gold coin.
They look at it and they're like, what strings are attached to this coin?
Absolutely none.
No, there's always strings attached.
None.
They look to the paladins, and then the paladin's like motions for him to leave with the coin.
Simply for your time.
they head out through the door.
Okay. Well, I learned what I needed to know. There's not much else I can do at the moment, so for now, I'll simply learn what I can by doing a little bit more investigative work.
Yeah, you would actually be able to visit the location of the.
That's exactly what
axe.
I'm gonna do.
Yeah, okay. Back to you, Nikolai. Now that you've been able to recompose yourself after me.
Shall destroy me again. Thank you, Fat, for your work. You are
Very tired now.
very tired. I know. You wish to go to rest, or do you? Would you like? It's probably like lunchtime now, right?
Bot's gonna go sleep.
Okay, buddy. Again, thank you for your time.
He nods and heads off, and even his ears are drooping a bit. He's like, huh?
Did he hand Snake Chain to me?
Yeah.
So I guess Snake Chain still works,
It can be re-enchanted to just be a snake chain, and
and not a person.
yeah.
Okay. Alright, so right now it's just a heavy magical chain.
Made of very exotic
Metals. Alrighty.
Mhm.
I will coil up Snake Chain and use some fine, metal twine, kind of like keep it nice and circular, and present it to Ace.
Ace
Tell
takes
him
it.
it's like, Stevie's no longer with us, Ace.
And he looks at you like,
Sorry. I tell him the story. Tell him the story, and you were his closest companion while we had the pleasure of his company. What do you wish to do with his remains?
any emotions that Monkey needs to be alone for a while.
I get it, buddy. You know how to find me, so.
Melm's like, you look rough.
I'm going to go try to get back into the state we were last night to try that gun.
Melm's like, she offers you alcohol instantly. Like, it almost appears in her hand as she just pulls it out. And you hear Cog, what? Gun.
Oh, I pulled it out of my bag.
Oh, Whizzle stick.
You're familiar with this?
Oh, let's go. And everybody's just kind of going along to the firearms range, essentially, in the Tinkerer's Guild to test this.
Oh, okay.
And you realize you have all these friends that are willing to go along with you. And
To properly test the equipment.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm not doing anything terrible. You can enjoy the pie.
Appreciate that.
As a paladin once said, for the pie.
Oh man.
So, you guys wander around a little while. Nikolai knows that there are those who can pull a full metal alchemist. And,
Yeah.
and now the cost.
Yeah.
So you guys wander around a little bit, getting a few snacks here and there to soothe the stomach. A mint, almost like cotton candy type of food. And eventually head into the shop, and it's shaped like a giant hat, essentially a giant wizard hat. And you go, and there's an outer ring to it that goes around that has all these giant oversized ornaments, and then it goes down and it's almost like a circus tent in the body part of it with little spikes holding it down, but it's carved out of beautiful wood. It's not actual cloth, it's just beautifully shaped wood when you go into it. And you head inside, and it's just like a very sweet yet soothing smell. And you see actual an angelic in there,
Oh wow.
and they stand there and they look at over at you, and you can see that they're, to a degree, they're beautiful, yet they're kind of like terrifying. They have four eyes and a face that comes forward almost like very angular, almost unnatural. They look at you, and you can see the halo floating above their head.
That's pretty dope.
Hello there.
They look over at you, and you hear their voice in your head. They don't actually speak out loud. And it's,
It was
hello.
that hollow voice. I
Yeah,
No,
associate with
some of
angels.
them, if you actually hear them speak, your head blows up.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to my emporium. You are looking for something, clearly, or you have not entered in here.
Yeah, just kind of wondering about seeing what's around.
And they simply watch you, and Sunny looks over you and nudges you gently. What are you looking for?
A lot of really good third level spells.
He's a scaredy cat. He's having trouble, communicating with other magical beings. Wait until he has to do his graduation speech.
Wait, what? What speech?
Then he's like, when wizards graduate, each one has to give a graduation speech on what they learned to become a wizard.
To who?
The entire school.
That's right. You're the traveling scholar. You're one of the few wizards that get to learn on the road.
Plumetree neglected to mention that fucking part.
Plumetree's got a lot going on.
Isn't that putting it mildly?
So, what spell are...
There's a lot of really good ones. Like Fireball's pretty classic, and if I had that when I become when I'm a not transmutation Order of the Scribe, then I'd be able to actually change its element. Because now I'm just been using the wand.
Yeah.
But fly. Lightning bolt.
The,
Life transference, I'm sure I could have some fucking fun with
The,
and fuck off a few plans of somebody's.
the angelic person
Okay.
is currently helping somebody else while you talk to Sunny, and
Move curse would always come in handy.
Huh.
Minute meteors is always fun.
Hey, you're very good at destroying cards with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Sunny's like,
Could make a few craters with that one.
Sunny's like, I accidentally overpowered that spell one day.
The minute meteor one. Yeah, once in the
It wasn't so
family.
minute.
It was
There's a new
more.
crater on some continent someplace.
It was more like summon meteor, and class was canceled for the day because it was a chance of meteors for the whole day.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I found a deck of cards and show that to her. It's like, yeah, I pulled a card from the deck, and it kind of up the shit out of the power, and I might have destroyed a cart and left a crater in a forest. Nikolai's never forgiven me for destroying the cart.
Just put it back together.
Then again, Nikolai's not the most forgiving. He still is mad about the, you know, the when we were kids. He's assured me he'll get over it eventually. Tidal wave could be fun. Tiny servant, tongues.
So many awesome spells.
Oh yeah, no, the list goes on for a while.
Well, you have to make a decision. You are the source of dead air.
Come on, Tom. You have a chance here.
Yeah, okay, either tongues or fireball. Okay, I'm high or lowing. I roll high, fireball, I roll low, tongues.
You're gonna need that, wizard.
4, tongues it is.
You're going with tongues. Okay, cool.
Hey, I can turn that into a potion and everybody can understand everyone.
Yeah.
And where we're going, we might need to.
Yeah.
So eventually they become free again, and you can go approach them and ask them. They're almost like floating as they turn towards you. And, you're looking for the spell tongues.
As a matter of fact, yes.
And they reach up their sleeve and they pull out the scroll and they hand it over to you.
Thank you so much.
You can see their like pores and like skin, but you can see like where their blood vessels are, little threads of light going through it. And
Well, they probably don't weigh a lot.
Sunny hands them a coin to pay for it. You'll be back at some day. Enjoy.
Sonny just handed the angel your girlfriend.
No, she didn't.
Take her. She's very valuable and adorable.
She may start a war at some point, or one will get started in her name.
And so, as you leave the shop, you've acquired a plethora of spells. Sunny sits down on the bench. She's like, I hope that helps a little bit. Just a tiny bit, maybe.
More than you could ever know.
I wanted to spend the day with you, and I didn't know if you'd want to spend the day with me, and I wanted to go shopping with you. And
Anytime you want to spend time together, all you have to do is let me know.
but I'm always dealing with, nobility stuff, and you're always dealing with
Blowing
butthead
shit
and
up.
butthead.
True.
Excuse me.
I really do love Nikolai's and Gabbard's, but they're volatile together.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, we haven't even told you what happened yesterday.
I don't want to know. It probably involves death and me being angry. And I'm not supposed to be angry because bad things happen when it angers.
Does she have a calm emotions pendant?
She does. She's not allowed to take it off.
Damn.
Her magical abilities become very dark Phoenix violent.
She has a cursed pendant of calm emotions.
I could just see her like she walks into a situation where she hears the trouble and she's like, "Woosa, woosa." Anybody's gonna get that reference.
I've watched that movie in a long time.
Yeah, no kidding. Good one though.
Yeah.
It is a classic.
Aren't they making a new one?
Yep.
Yup.
Same two guys.
Yup.
Apparently, they're also making another Rush Hour.
Yeah, that's cool.
Jackie
I
Chan
always
is
like Rush Hour.
Nate. Jackie Chan is 70.
He's broken every bone in his body. Twice.
Jackie Chan 70?
Yes. Look at him how he looks now.
Crap.
Like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize until they were like Jackie Chan celebrating his 70th birthday, and I'm like, whoa.
Sure, he looks great for his age.
So, yeah, Sunny looks over. Well, that was my plans. What do you want to do?
What's something I know Sonny always has fun with?
Next month he'll be 70.
She loves food. And she just loves running around looking at trinkets because it's an opportunity to just look at trinkets. She's a lot like you. She likes looking at trinkets and little things here and there, and she also enjoys food, especially whimsy food.
Okay, we're gonna go find some whimsy food in a trinket store.
She gets up and follows after you, and she's like, "Did you know that one of my mentors is actually in the Fey realm?"
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to travel there to...
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
I visit the mage school that's there.
Oh god, a mage school in the Feywild. Oh god. Was their thing mastering chaos magic?
The wild magic they masters. Or at least direct it.
Yeah.
Pretend to master it.
I've accomplished the spell that I was trying to cast 7 times. Ooh. They must be really good. It only took me 100 attempts to get there.
So, Scav, you get to the location, and you're able to go in and look around and investigate if you would like.
Most certainly would.
It's really good pie.
That is a 25.
You look around for a little bit. It's a fairly okay place, not like high class or anything like that. It's just barely modest. And you take your time looking through, and you head downstairs to where essentially they kept all the slaves. But you pause for a moment as you look at the slave cages, and you can see that they had enough room where they could. They were individual size from what you can see. They had enough room where they could get up and move around. They had a nice cushioned bed and it's those sort of things.
So they were sold. They were at least somewhat taken care of. But it's still not exactly, what's the word? It is definitely not okay. But they did make the effort to try and fix this. And they went ahead and freed them somehow.
You can do another
I
investigation.
want to learn more as to, like, why. 23.
You wander around the place a little bit more. You come to the kitchen. It's a rather robust kitchen. And you pick up one of the scrolls and you're examining it. And you can see that there were essentially meal plans for... And then between it, you can see that hidden in the actual writing is another set of meal plans of a very similar quality type of recipe. Lesser quality ingredients, but enough to feed a batch of people.
Who are they exactly sold to and why? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Can investigate.
I'll take that. Natural 20.
Cool. You wander around a little bit and you head upstairs and you start poking around and you have brothers and a sister and you're like, I know where to look for secrets. And you wander around the main bedroom for a while and the paladin is just standing in the doorway watching you. And you're like, you go over to the bed and you see the bedpost and you look at it and you turn it and you pull it up and you see documentation in there. Pull it out and you actually see various nobles that they have been sold to.
Let's do a little bit more information onto this. Why did this Dragonborn go through the effort of trying to see them freed? Why?
You're like, oh, damn.
Why are they trying to undo what they did? And why are they forsaking their goddess? Or in this case, it would be their goddess.
Tom's all like, pie.
Oh. Looking at that recent picture from the 13th of Jan, can't recognize him except for the smile. He has a wonderful smile.
Yeah.
19.
You went around a bit. Do a religion for me.
24.
Add 10 to the rolls. both of
24?
them.
34.
And
I don't understand that number.
I remember Nate's response one day when I rolled a 40.
Yeah, like, wait, how?
I explained it, and you're like, oh my god.
Look, Maya and I roll stupid high or stupid low. There's like very little in between.
So you
But
do
mostly
you-
stupid high.
you do a further investigation. You see that they also relying on your understanding of faith, that they probably saw a premonition of their future if they continue to follow Tiamat, based off of what you know of usually how slavers' lives end.
What can we learn of these nobles?
You have their names.
Yeah, you have their
Let me
names.
do some investigation on
I'm
that.
sure Kippa would love to.
You would
see.
have to take that to your wife.
When is this trial being held? I will ask the dragon.
They're like several hours from now.
All right. I need to speak with someone. See about trying to see if I can get a moment to speak with her because I know she's capable of providing time.
Okay. Nikolai, you're testing the so-called whiz stick.
Yep, we're going to go to the Tinker's Guild, go to a testing room.
And everybody's kind of passing around the alcohol at this point.
So
I'm gonna
do
move
we
this over
start
here because
here?
Like,
And they just crank it all the way
or
to
here?
11.
Okay, we'll start there.
And they're like, oh,
Jesus.
I got the best idea. And Hog and Andre are both like, oh. And they look at each other like, and they're like, you see him get this gunpowder out, this keg, and they crack it open, and Melum's like, and she pulls out this small like container, and they all start getting together, and they start mixing this stuff together, and they start balancing out, and do a perception.
Oh god, is this going to give me PTSD?
Something is going to go boom.
Modify 20.
Modified
And
20.
it might be the test room.
You're watching them, and you're like, you're seeing the high grade gunpowder, and then you see what Melum's mixing in, and it's something that she's probably been working on. And it's tiny little beads, not the magical ones, but they're almost like little glass beads, and they're
Mhm.
each filled with nitroglycerin.
All right. Wow.
This is what happens when artificers get drunk and decide to start testing things.
Yes. Only
They
one true
just
way to
start
test
duking
anything.
shit from bed.
It's only one true way to test anything.
They're like, oh, that's in there.
Only so much you can analyze by looking at schematics.
And they're like, they go over and they put something on the end of the barrel, and you see it just kind of lock into place and shrink, and they pour all the gunpowder in, and they're like, oh, this is gonna be amazing. And they're like, hey, who's holding this?
I'll do it.
They're like, good. You got this. They all push you to the front. They all move about 10 feet back,
You guys got at least healing potions, right?
20 feet back.
So you don't have healing potions?
We got this.
Okay, I trust you.
Don't worry. What's the worst that happens?
I could die again. Did I tell you what happened to me last night?
Fire the stick.
Oh God.
Go off in front of all your girlfriends and your sister.
Whew, all right. I will like to cast heroism on myself. Cast heroism on myself and psych myself up for a minute. Or
They're just
Colin
watching.
and bring them out.
45 seconds because it only lasts a minute. They'll give me about 150 hit points. For about 45 seconds, yep. Just go fire the thing. Yep.
Oh no.
Not a 1, but it ain't good.
Oh, and I get to roll percentile to see if there's a misfire. Oh, and it's at 11 too.
And filled with nitroglycerin
It's
And-
just-
and high grade gunpowder.
It's just an aimed attack, right?
Yeah, and it's got multiplicity and enhance on it as well from the two high-end artificers there.
Well, it is a 15.
So, Nikolai, you hold this thing in front of you, and you're just kind of like, and pull the trigger, and it explodes in front of you, and you just hear your ears pop. As you can feel warmth in your ears as blood starts to come out from the explosion.
No. Hopefully somebody has a restoration potion.
And you're like,
Or Nikolai
and
is
you're,
now dead.
you're still standing there, and you're like, I did it, and you realize Nikolai no longer has arms because they blew off from the explosion.
What the hell did you roll?
I hit the misfire with a critical fail.
Oh my god.
Oh wow! Like I said, either really high or very
Oh,
low.
God damn.
And then the shock hits you, and you collapse on the ground.
Wait, Artist Lake's still there.
He's not Lieutenant Dan.
No, I just want to find out because you know the artificers are gonna like cybernetic the shit out of him. I want to know if he's going full
God.
Darth Vader.
Oh my God. Ow. Ow, yeah, I'll just be passed out, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're unconscious.
And this is how Nikolai went cyborg.
Even with the legitimately about 150 hit points? Like, damn.
Yeah. No small explosion, bud. Everybody's getting some attention from Fought at this point.
Shit.
So back to you.
Nikolai's dead now anyway, so it's like, fine.
Oh, that's not true. You can get like a hook hand.
He's over there pulling a what's his name? Grievous.
Oh God. Holy crap.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, you're not rolling a new character.
Yeah, she didn't say me to tell me to roll a new character yet, so I
You're
guess.
just not going to be giving any high fives anytime soon.
I must work with
He's
no arms. All right.
Donald ducking it.
I guess the first time that Nikolai gets to try to cyborg is on himself.
So what are you doing?
Gonna find another snack shop.
Investigation.
Scritchy, scritchy, scritchy.
Well, that was the exact
Scritchy,
opposite.
scritchy, scritchy.
That was a 1.
Mm-hmm. Was looking for a snack shop.
And so Sunny's walking with you, and she's talking to you, and you're kind of talking back to her, and you're looking around a little bit. You look back at her, and you stumble over something, and suddenly you just feel something close around you, and then you feel really sharp teeth go through your little leggies as you land in a carnivorous plant.
Ow! Fuck! Ow! Ow! Ow!
And you could just suddenly feel the acid just the tip of your ears as you're inside of it.
Oh, nope, nope.
And you hear muffled yelling outside of wherever you are in the darkness.
I don't think I Misty stepped my way out of this just yet. I do have guts, so I will try to.
Roll a ranged attack for me.
That would be a 2 on the die.
You hear the plant chuckle, and it just kind of stuffs you in a bit more, and you feel more of your.
Okay. How heavy am I? No, that won't work.
You said how heavy are you? I looked at your character sheet and it said lard.
What?
It said lard.
Wow.
Not lard. Lard.
All right, fuck that. I'm Eldritch Blasting. Thanks for trying to eat me.
You blow
Yeah, you
yourself
like it.
out of it, and it just throws up on you, and you can see some remains of like some unidentified creature that's partially digested. And Sunny's like, and this wizard's just looking at you like, how dare you attack my familiar?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Do you allow your familiar to just eat others?
And it's like this high elf, and they're like, you're nothing more than a cat, so of course. And Sunny just steps in front of you, and she's like, you're dueling me. And the wizard's like, you're a cat. She's like, coward. Or should I just call you a moon elf? And they're just kind of like, oh. And then he's like, oh, what are you going to do? Stab me with your ears, knife ears?
Oh, damn.
Oh, okay. Just look. Don't get me wrong. This guy's being a twat.
And they're like, we're dueling, and I'm going to wipe the floor with you. And Sunny's like, okay. We'll see about that.
Yeah, I'm getting
Sweet.
cleaned up, and it's like,
So we get to see.
do you have
Sunny's
any
duel.
next of kin that you'd like us to notify?
They're like, shut up, feline. I'm going to. And a bunch of wizards are gathering, and a few of the guards come over, and they're like, sanctioned duel. And Sunny just reaches up, takes off that pendant, and just drops it in her pocket.
Oh, shit.
That's the one that regulates her abilities, yeah?
It actually calm emotion. And she
Mm.
takes off a small bracelet, drops it in her pocket, and another one drops in her pocket. She's like, and
creation wizard on you. Hey,
and
okay, I get it. I'm sorry. Jesus.
the elf looks over and is like, "Don't!" And the guard's like, "Yes, you idiot! Count. 3, 2." And they reach for their wand, and just as they pull their wand out, you see him just inside a gelatinous cube. And you see smoke coming out the gelatinous cube, and you realize it's a molten gelatinous cube.
Oh fuck!
And Sunny's like, "Done."
Let them cook for a little bit.
Wizards are not very healthy. I'm pretty sure that poor bastard lost that duel instantaneously in a way that they will never forget.
And Sunny's like, she goes like this, and you just suddenly see catapult go off, and the gelatinous cube flying off in the distance. And the guard's like,
Can catapult be upcast that much?
Yes.
The catapult can get upcast pretty heavily.
Yeah, as soon as you start upcasting it, you gain at least like 5 pounds every
You can
depending
double
on
it
how
if you
far
can
how much energy she's putting into it. Yeah, you can throw some shit.
Holy
And
fuck.
so then she
Above
puts her
level
bracelets back
persona.
on and the
Jesus Christ.
necklace back on, and she's like, "I'm really hungry now." And you can see how exhausted she was from that.
Yeah, I'll make sure she doesn't like fall down.
God damn.
Don't worry, the floor will break their landing, and they'll be free from the gelatinous cube. It's only a temporary thing.
You are fucking amazing.
I'm also really tired now.
Okay, I got you.
And she's just like really lethargic in your arms.
And we're the ones going out and adventuring?
You see what it took out of her.
Yeah, she's basically passing the fuck out right now.
She might be powerful, but she doesn't have a lot of.
Yeah. Basically, the others, the siblings' abilities are so amped up that it takes everything out of them. We, however, have a more regulated ability functionality. We can keep
So,
going after
You
this
do
one.
get a few moments with Kippa, and she's like, "Scabbard, the meeting's tomorrow."
This isn't in regards to that meeting, Kippa. It's something that I have a favor to ask of you. That can't wait.
Okay.
I need to know as much as I possibly can about these individuals and their connections as to why and how they're involved with the case I'm working on. And I'll provide the documentation.
She takes it and she heads into her office. She looks over the names and
And I'll explain the entire situation to her.
You what?
she's like, and you can see the paladin sizing up Surmir, and Surmir's like, "Try it." And the paladin actually takes a step back.
Somehow, they're connected to this. And I need to know why and how. I need to understand why this Dragonborn did what they did.
She has someone come in and she asks for a few things. A few moments pass, and eventually, she looks over the documents and she's like, "Okay. Well, they're all people of importance. Barons, maidens, those sort of things. And They all bought from the slaver, according to this documentation. Okay.
Here's the interesting part. Why
Oh.
was it hidden away?
Because in all the lands that actually these people are from, slavery is illegal.
Busted. Kipito has blackmail.
So we have
You
a
are
much
going to hell.
bigger issue. Okay. This is good to know. Now I need to know why the Dragonborn did what they did.
They found their heart and decided to do the right thing. That's my understanding. But having spoken with, Lumion and a few others, and especially those that oppose slavery, much like ourselves, the treason for, well, it's treason to be a slaver, and on the other hand, it's punishable by death. Granted, it's quite a horrible death. Slavers are treated very unkindly in most lands.
I believe this Dragonborn may have a potential redemption, considering what they have done. I do not think what they did is right. And there will be consequences, but I believe what they did more than justifies what one would say is a potential second chance, because each and every single name on this list is honestly no better than our worst foes right now.
Well, this is easy to do, Scabbard. You take care of the Dragonborn and see to that their case and they are granted innocence, and I will see to this list personally.
Is there a way we can have a copy of this list made?
No, this won't be in your case. This will be in my hands.
True, but this would definitely help aid in their defense.
Scabbard, think smart. You take this, and their possible allies get off scot-free. I take this, I use my resources, and I bring the whole fucking thing apart.
Yeah, well. I think I have all that I need in order to be able to do this. The names will not be listed in their defense, but it will be known that
Simply state that there are nobles that are purchasers that have purchased from the slaver. And if those details are need to be known by the immediate court, have them contact me. She motions for you to follow.
and I will follow behind.
She heads into her personal meeting room. Essentially, it's the room that you often visit her in. It's her personal meeting room, and she's had her wards and stuff put on it and everything in there. And she sets down the list and she points out a name and Scav.
Yes.
You see this figure just kind of apparate out of the air, almost like a type of a maiden wearing a death veil, and she walks to Kippa, nods, and disappears. And then she moves her hand to another name, and another one appears. You see her go down the list, and then she scroll up, and she puts it away.
She just death knelt this motherfucker.
It sounds like it. Damn.
And you are probably a little scared of what just happened. Because coming into the room, you were unaware of any other presence except for the four of you. I know if Mongo was there, he'd be shitting bricks right now.
Yeah.
Scav. Or not Scav. Nikolai. Sorry, I'm used to him being the one dead. You wake up in a oddly comfy bed. And you look around and Pot's like, oh, there you are.
What happened?
You blew up.
It was yesterday.
And Mellum looks over, oh no, like you blew up.
But
And
we were just here talking.
and you
about
hold your arms up
cake
and you see him in two fishes.
into fishes.
Hold on. Fucking what?
The fish are regenerating his arms. But Pot worked in mysterious ways.
Last thing I remember, we were. I think I gave Stevie's body. to
Mellum's
Ace.
like, you got really drunk. We tested the boomstick
No, that wasn't last night. No, that was interrupted last night.
by the explosion going off in your face.
What?
Drama.
What?
So, Scabbard, pay attention, bud.
Yes.
You finish up your meeting with Kippa, so you're able to go to the trial. Do you ask her about her guests, or do you just like dismiss it like
I'll ask about that later.
you're? But you're able to go down to the trial and head in, and you see the judges there. There's 3 of them. There's a human there. Oddly enough, another gemstone kobold. You know how snooty they are. And you see what would be a moon elf there.
Are they waiting on an Aarakocra?
The puns. Such a funny scene.
The whole movie was great.
It is really it. The guy that's left alive just didn't ask all the questions.
Oh yeah, no, that's hysterical.
Yes.
I hope
So,
they do a sequel.
You may approach and state your case, and you see the
Like that.
Dragonborn there in heavy restraints.
That's a problem they have to solve.
Time to monologue the judges.
Scabby Mason.
Roll a performance, motherfucker.
Performance.
Yep.
Fuck, that's a 1.
Awesome.
Boy. You walk in and you see the judges and you see the courtroom and you stumble over yourself and you knock over a chair and it goes skittering across the room, echoing in this hollow chamber.
I get up.
And you get up and you
Well-
actually knock a bunch of books off the table.
God damn it. And take the time to fix this. Do it right.
And as you turn around to do it right, you kick the table and smash your
All right, now
toe.
you're just kicking me while I'm down.
Oh yeah. No, you're not down. You're standing. You just stubbed your toe.
All right. Let's fix this.
And yeah, it
I'm
starts to come.
trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
It starts to come back to
Well,
you
this is
about
where
like
all those
getting
ones come.
drinking alcohol,
I'm telling you.
the experimental powder, turning it to 11.
God.
It blew out your short-term
Yes.
memory.
Oh God. Okay, don't use 11. Holy crap.
You realize your armor is in two. Each arm is in a fish.
Can I feel my fingers?
Wiggle your big toe.
Can I wiggle my big toe?
Camera zooming in.
Okay,
Hey.
quitting.
Yes, you can wiggle your big toe.
What about my fingers?
Not yet.
Not yet. Great. Oh God.
Let the fish do their job.
Oh God. The fish. What?
And Fox like, nighty night, and you feel a cast iron pan hit you on the forehead and knock you
Oh
out.
God.
Dude, musicians are gonna love you, dude. You're gonna be able to tune their pianos real well.
Oh my God.
Come on, Scav.
Well, I'm gonna fix all that stuff, and then I'm gonna go ahead and approach them.
The gemstone kobold looks at you and is like, how undignified. And spits in your direction.
Right then. Okay. Go ahead and present my case as I approach.
I'm waiting for this monologue.
Oh, he's been right.
I know he has.
Go ahead and walk up to them, and based on what I know from seeing things that happened with some of the courts and hearing about how Oslin handles it and how some of our others handle it.
Oslin
and
handles
such.
it very uniquely,
I
so you
know.
can't use her as a reference.
I'm not going to use 100%,
She
but
kind of brings people back from the dead for her cases.
It's kind of fucking handy when you really think about it.
It's like, who murdered you? Him.
Like, it was that motherfucker.
So, I, Scabbard Pearlstone, stand here today in the defense of this Dragonborn. I vow to speak the truth and see to it that Judgment Day is just and fair. I understand the irony of being what I am, representing who I am for what they have done. However, it is my duty as a Claw of Bahamut to see to it that this soul be represented in a manner that is just. Should anyone else be where I am today, it is very unlikely that they would receive such treatment, considering what I have witnessed upon my first impressions of the soul. I understand that there are those here who will see it quite difficult to forgive what many would consider an unspeakable evil. The simple fact of the matter, however, is that all lives are precious, big and small. To condemn this soul without giving them a chance at redemption, a chance to prove their worth, would make us no better than our worst enemies. It is easy to fool the eyes, and it is hard to fool the heart. But the soul does not lie, and this one soul speaks true. They have aided in the release and restitution of those who have been wronged. They have paid debts and cast out the names of the wicked and the damned. They have forsaken the very deity that has birthed their kind. They have spoken the oath of devotion before a Claw of Bahamut, an oath that is binding, and not without consequence should it be broken. The path to redemption in the eyes of the Platinum Emperor is long, arduous, and a very punishing one. I ask you today, do we seek to strike down the soul of the one who has already taken the first steps to redemption? A soul who has already partially begun the process of repairing the damage they have done. Is it right to rob this one of a chance to prove their worth? Is it worth it to place ourselves in the very stance of the foes without a second thought? I say no. My investigation of this one in question today, regarding the actions they have taken, have found most curious results. I have found that many of those who were in fact sold were sold to a facility that had connections with nobility. Each individual on that list were nobles who were in a kingdom where slavery is illegal on a regional level, each one being in positions of power who were involved in this grand scandal. This Dragonborn, while they did commit this atrocity, personally sought out and freed each and every single soul they had wronged. I believe that a significant part of the answer you seek today involving I cannot speak the words, what is it called? Their judgment involves forgiveness regarding the actions they have taken, but not without consequence. It is true that the slavers within very few regions are accepted. They are regarded as the worst scum of the realms within the borders of ourself and our allies. However, it is also true that this one went against all that they stood for, and in such have potentially ended what could have been most terrible fate for those who were wronged. If the soul speaks true, and should they honor their depths, then they may earn the right to be taken into the graceful wings of the Platinum Emperor. Do not send this one to an early grave. Let them prove their worth. Put them in the temples to work. Teach them the ways of the light. Educate them in the ways of the righteous. They will atone for their wrongs they have committed tenfold in their actions. And should they fail, should they fall from grace, and should they betray the word of the Platinum Emperor, then the jaws of Bahamut will be upon them, and they shall feel as he crushes their throat. They will feel the wrath of the holy dragon fires. They will suffer the consequences of breaking the oath of binding. I doubt it will come to that. I firmly believe that this soul is capable of redeeming themselves, should they apply themselves to earning such redemption. But if they should, know that then, and only then, will death be acceptable under the judgment of a claw of the Platinum Emperor. Judgment will be administered, be it by an envoy, or even by myself in the name of the King of Kings. I only ask. We give them a chance.
Just pauses.
He's got to go from one page to the other.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
no
I know.
kidding.
While they did commit an atrocity, they have also
It's been building the
potentially
case the whole
prevented
night.
much worse.
Yeah.
And they have brought to light a very terrible scandal. One that I would honestly consider to be significantly worse.
They all kind of look to each other, look to you, look over at the person. They each get up and leave their post, heading through a door. And the dragon comes up to you and he's like, they're figuring out what they're going to do.
They are.
And they go over and they stand off to the side. And then the Dragonborn's like, they kind of let their shoulders slump, already accepting the fact that they're going to probably die. And eventually, about 20 minutes later, the judges come back in. The kobold looks over at you and is like, and the other two judges are like, two of us have voted on this, one abstained from it. We have taken into consideration what you have stated here within this court, and as there is a Platinum Imperium present, and yourself, we will allow them to work within the temples under servitude with nothing to their name. With that said, we cannot let them off freely of their sins.
Of course not.
Therefore, tomorrow they will lose their tail.
Ooh.
That is the price they pay to carry with them for the rest of their lives.
One that is more than justified.
Dang.
In regards to that list, if any questions are to be had, I implore you to speak with the Empress of Essencrest, Empress Kippa. She has further information in regards to exactly who, what, and the whereabouts of each individual, as well as their positions, locations, and any other connections they may have, including the connections to the facility they were sold in. As for the whereabouts of those who were
What
sold,
she told you not to say.
no, she said let them know.
No, she said don't say anything, just say them directed towards her.
Yeah. That is all I will say. I don't have the list, therefore I can't share anything else, but
So, the guards take the Dragonborn away, and they are just kind of like quiet, and the Platinum Dragon comes up to you and pats you on the shoulder as you guys head out, leaving the courtroom.
look up to them and see what they have to say.
And you leave the courtroom and head down the halls. They don't speak anything, and then you head outside to the air as the sun is setting over the ridge, and they take your hands and they leave something in it, and as you go look at your hands and you look for them, they're gone. And you have the crest of Bahamut in your hands.
Put it on.
It feels heavy with burden. And it seems like you have to stay more true to the path of Bahamut than anything else at this point. Mongo, you're able to spend some time with your sister getting her some food and chatting about random nonsense. Nikolai, you are recuperating.
Yes.
And with that, that's where we're actually going to call it for the night.
Alright.
So let's do a post-mortem.
Oof.
Tom, we'll start with you.
It's awesome getting to be able to spend the day with Sunny.
Right? That's been a long time coming, huh?
Yeah. Being able to see Sunny just kind of unleash. As if just locking somebody in a molten gelatinous cube wasn't enough. She then just yeeted them the fuck out.
That was pretty great.
Probably live.
They'll live.
Twice about fucking with a punch kid again.
Very snooty high elf. It just got taken down a peg.
Yeah.
What about you, Scav?
I have 3. My favorite was watching these two cry when you told that story.
Oh, you were feeling it too.
Oh, I was, but nowhere near as bad as them. Granted, it's still kind of rough. My second
Yeah,
favorite.
People have emotions.
My second favorite was definitely having Sunny do that duel. It was great. Just, the gloves come off. It is now straight fisticuffs. And my third, playing detective and trying to find a reason as to, okay, how do I not break one of Bahamut's tenets, but still trying to figure out how to be justifiable with this piece of shit.
That was brutal for you.
It was rough, but in the end, I still have to uphold the tenet of forgiveness. And I think it is more than justified. Yes, they do deserve a chance, but if they fuck up again, that's it. And yes, losing their tail, 100% justified. What they did was terrible, but what they did to correct it,
It was a
still
start.
doesn't excuse it, but it's a start.
What about you, Nikolai?
I'd have to say definitely the emotional blackmail, the emotional damage
Emotional damage.
was pretty intense. It was why you are, in my opinion, probably a better DM than I am. Kind of awesome to see the student become the teacher. And then also the reaction from Ace, that was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Like he's not just a donkey.
Yeah.
And then it was totally awesome that Mongo has tools now. Oh my god, that's so dope. That was pretty cool. And the whole time that he spent with Sunny to do it with, but mechanically, having tools, amazing.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to shortchange that. I got some of my favorite spells, and there have been things that have been on my list of shit to do for a while,
Oh, wow.
but I couldn't do any of them because I didn't have the fucking spells for them. Now I actually do have some of them. Now I can do some of the shit.
And Manny figuring his way out through the little challenge that he was presented for Scav. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Mister, I'm shitting pants with it because there's a literal platinum dragon.
That and him on the stairs was kind of funny.
The stairs was pretty funny.
What about yourself?
Yeah, Miss DM.
Getting to actually get the lore out there regarding Stevie was pretty fun.
Was it fun getting the lore out, or was it fun watching these two cry?
No, getting the lore out there and telling a good story that actually, the payoff is actually having the investment and interest in the story.
Yeah.
Not just, here's story,
Oh,
moving
thank
on.
you. Move on. Yeah.
And those are the rewarding moments, is when people grab onto those moments and really digest them.
Yeah.
I loved Sunny hanging out with Mungo finally. That's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
That's been there, and it's been a long time coming, and we finally have the opportunity in a session to do that, which is really great.
And now Mongo has to have a conversation with Coin.
And of course,
Can you not weaponize
Take the
tears,
emotion.
especially against me?
and of course, Scabbard actually having to realize how much truer to the path he has to stay and not lean on other deities, but stay true to the Platinum God. That there are consequences for straying the path. And so it's like the things I did with all of you are essentially the highlights for tonight.
Yeah.
They were all really unique and important to the characters. Mongo, discovering that he does have a bit of his mom in him as far, but it tends to focus around food,
Yeah.
which seems very Tom motivated.
Not gonna say no.
Man, this is a man that'll kill like
manifest
a
delicious
whole
food.
platter
you
of
would, huh?
tacos.
Fuck yeah.
I think he can do another piece of pie.
Kill the whole pie out there.
Oh,
So yeah, those are the
Cannot
big
deny
things
you
for
can do
me.
it.
yeah.
All right,
I can do
so
that.
we're off next weekend.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks, guys.
We'll see you in
Have a happy and
weeks.
safe St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Drink responsibly.
Eat plenty of corned beef and cabbage.
We're going to have corned beef and cabbage, right?
Yeah, we'll go get that tomorrow, so I can cook it.
Actually going to happen.
Have a good night, everybody. See you on Discord.
Night, everybody.
Good night.